what's up guys? This is Adam with the Chain Lift. We are just north of Salt Lake City in Utah, and we are at Lagoon Park. As you can see right now, we're close to Halloween, so they're celebrating the season with fright mares. There's Cannibal in the background. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the park so that if you ever decide to visit, you can kind of have an idea of what the park has to offer. Alright, we are inside the park. So this is the main midway as you enter the park. As you can see, it's all decorated for fright mares. Ahead of time, sorry if my voice is a little muffled. I am wearing a mask, which is required at the park. I think you're allowed to remove your mask on the main midways, but if you're in line for a ride, it must be on. And they do a really good job here of enforcing it with like friendly reminders. So definitely appreciate that. They have some really great fountains as you come to this cross section. Nice soothing sound of water. Splash pad here. One thing that's really great about this park is that mountain backdrop. It's really beautiful. So if we take a right here, we'll head to this side of the park. On this side you'll find Wicked, Roller Coaster, Spider, the Wild Mouse, and a few flat rides. Here is their dark ride called Terror Ride. As you can see, the park is pretty busy today. There's a gift shop called Central Park Gifts. And they have really great merch here too, I'll say, and at really pretty reasonable prices. Lots of Cannibal gear. They have some shirts for Wicked. Some of the coasters, like Roller Coaster, I didn't see any merch really. And like the smaller ones, not much merch, but what they do have is pretty cool. They're doing a magic show over here. Over here they have a really nice beer garden. You can go back there and get some beer and like some German-inspired food, like bratwurst and that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Got the sky ride above you. This teriyaki sticks is what Mark and I had for lunch. It was okay. Wasn't the best. So if you head down this way, this will take you to Spider. Off to the left here is Wild Mouse. To my right here is Cliffhanger, which is their top spin flat ride. Oh, we're getting a little wet. That's refreshing. The Spider is a spinning Wild Mouse coaster. It has a really cool entrance with this spider that you walk under. So you go down there to ride Spider. Heading down to the right here, you will end up at Wicked. And it's a dead end back there, so you ride Wicked and that's about it. Turning to the left, you come to Colossus, which is an awesome Schwarzkopf roller coaster. It is Colossus, the Fire Dragon. Just like most Schwarzkopf coasters, it's extremely smooth, especially considering it's a fairly old roller coaster. They really stand the test of time. And over here is a Music Express. I don't know what it's called, but it's a Music Express type of ride. Games. The bathrooms here are pretty cool. They have funny bathroom signs and these toilets. Gotta appreciate that. There's where you would get on for the Sky Ride, which will take you to the other end of the park. Nice classic flat ride. We haven't rode this yet, but we definitely plan on riding this today. They have a good collection of classic flat rides here, that being one of them. Here's the entrance for the train ride that takes you around the park. So here's a guy holding a social distancing sign, reminding people to stay socially distant and to leave your mask on. And we did walk past this, and I think I failed to mention it. Over there is Roller Coaster, which is their only wooden coaster here. It's Ace Landmark, pretty old. To the right you have Tidal Wave and their Wave Swinger ride, which is called Turn of the Century. More cool Halloween theming. This is the kids area of the park. There's a lot of kids flat rides. It gets pretty congested back here, but it's themed well. Now, this path back here will take you back to their log flume and their snake, I forget what it's called. It's their Rapids ride. We'll take you on that tour of that in a little bit. But for now, we're going to go to the left here. This is their kiddie coaster called Puff the Little Fire Dragon. You get 3 laps on that. At certain points of the park, the paths get pretty skinny, which makes it a little bit trickier to socially distance yourself, so you have to do the best you can. And this area over here is kind of a continuation of the kids park. And this wall is pretty cool. It features a bunch of art from different kids in the area. It's cool that they do that. The dragonfly. And in the background you can see their water park, which is closed today. But I believe on normal days when it's open, it is included with your park admission fee. We'll head that way. It's called Dinosaur Drop. I was really impressed by their the amount of theming that they put into their ride stations, the ride entrances. As you can see here, like Ladybug Bop. It's just really cool. Big mushroom. So yeah, so this would be the entrance for the Laguna Beach Water Park, which is closed off today because the water park is closed. It's Jumping Dragon, another ride with great theming. This is another smaller children's style ride called Bombora. Which is fun. It's a fun family ride. Kids ride. That is Bat, which is their suspended coaster here at the park. They have a few haunted houses set up for Frightmare. This one back here is called Time Warp. They have a few other ones. As we walk by, I'll try to point those out. I think that's how that's pronounced. See, they have employees dressed up in different costumes. Picnic areas back there. You are allowed to bring in coolers and food, beverages, anything you want. You can bring it into the park. The Bat.
Wash your head as you enter the train. Please sit back completely against the seat and pull your safety restraint all the way down until it's securely next to you.
See more haunted houses. That is Funhouse of Fear and Nightmare Midway. We'll go this way. There's the entrance to the Bat. Here's a cool flat ride called Odyssey. You spin around in a circle and you get a little bit wet. Very colorful. Clever name. Have a spinning teacup ride here. Another great thing about this park is It is a really good park for families because most of their coasters, I believe, have a 48-inch or under height limit, or height minimum. You don't see that at a lot of parks. And then they have a ton of flat rides, mild thrill flat rides all the way up to kind of extreme thrill flat rides. So we're back here kind of at the main midway, which is where we started. Over there is that splash pad that we were at, where we walked in. In a moment we're going to continue on to the right, where we will head towards Cannibal. Alright, I'm your guest host Nick from Airtime Misfits. I'm going to be showing you the second half of Lagoon here. Adam showed you the first half, and we're going to go walk and see what's going on toward the back of the park here. So as you walk around, plenty of games. You can see a nice slingshot ride, and there's a ride in the distance there that we'll talk about here in a minute. But there's Dippin' Dots, there's all kinds of food options. Food's pretty hit or miss here, but in general, you got plenty of options. Straight ahead, you have Rocket, their drop tower. Someone just threw something. You have their scrambler ride, some fun games, and a stage for live performances, particularly around the Halloween time, I believe. And this is towards where the Sky Ride ends to get off, right there at that station. We're going to walk off to the left here. Lagoon is really neat because it has a lot of vintage and kind of obscure flat rides. One of these is it's really old school tilt-a-whirl, just a beautiful ride. Looks like a lot of fun. Long line for it today. They got some old bumper cars. There's slingshot ride right next to Rocket, the drop tower. Lots of S&S going on here at this park, with it being only minutes away. Got a family photo off to the left there, don't want to interfere. Got a paratrooper. It's a really interesting paratrooper. It doesn't collapse. It unloads kind of like a Ferris wheel and is stationary. Speaking of Ferris wheels, it's a fun one. The gondolas do spin, which is pretty unique. We were up in the Ferris wheel spinning it pretty quick earlier. There's Samurai, one of their more unique flat rides. Long line for Samurai today. To the right of Rocket, kind of behind it, you'll notice a structure under construction there. It's the employee parking lot. I'm going to walk a little closer here. So again, you got Rocket here. Samurai there, and right back here is Primordial. It's coming. No specific date mentioned yet. Hopefully next year, but that is the structure. You would get there from that direction. And the more farther back you walk here, you're going to work your way to, you guessed it, the cream of the crop. You can see it through the Ferris wheel. Cannibal. But before we get to Cannibal, there's a beautiful old school Hoos Enterprise that we have to say hello to. So there's another restroom back here. If you feel like you need to go right before you get on Cannibal, there's your opportunity. Long line for Cannibal today. Long line. Goes all the way out. Here she is, folks. Absolutely beautiful. An incredible coaster. Lagoon knocked it out of the park. You got your test seat right in there. Centennial Screamer. Old school Hoos Enterprise. And you've officially made it to the end of the park this direction. We're gonna go straight through here to the exit. Fun fact about Cannibal, when you come here, keep in mind that the entrance is on the right side, and you do have to circle around the route that I just took. The exit is on the other side. We'll take you through these exit slots. Just like this. Plenty of these here at the park. And there it is. So yeah, keep in mind the exit's right over here. We had to go through that barricade, so don't go off to the left side through the Cannibal store expecting to get on the ride. You'll need to go around the other side. We're gonna walk through the store. Got plenty of good merch in here. Obviously, lots of Cannibal stuff. It's pretty neat. More Dippin' Dots, or oh, that's funnel cakes. Lots of sweets. So this is the Cannibal store. You would exit, go through here to get out. $10 grab bags. Pretty neat. And there we are. We kind of just did a little circle. So there's Paratrooper. So like I said, it unloads. Very odd Paratrooper. Not too sure about that. Going forward, there's the Schwarzkopf Jetstar 2, which unfortunately has been down. I don't know how long it's been down. It's definitely down today, and they are citing social distancing concerns. So a very old, well, you can't really see it now, but walk around, but very old and unique coaster that we're really bummed that we could not ride today. So if you plan on going to Lagoon sometime this fall, you can expect to probably not be able to ride Jetstar, unfortunately. But it is a masterpiece. True vintage, old school Schwarzkopf in all of its glory. There's the Sky Ride Station. And there's Jetstar 2. Beautiful. Looks a lot like Whizzer at Great America. But as you can see up here, toward the entrance, there's a better view. Due to social distancing measures, this ride will be closed. And they got tarps on top of the cars and everything, so that's COVID for you. A little bit more this way before we go to the Pioneer Trail. Adam was just showing you around here. This is the line to a haunted house experience. So it is a popular attraction here. And then we have Air Race. A unique flat ride right next to Jetstar. And this thing looks crazy. Alright, now we're going to head down this path. This will take us to Pioneer Village. The only rides back here are their log flume and their rapids ride, which I can't remember what it's called. I'll tell you once we get back there, but it's something about the snake bite rapid something. This area of the park is easily my favorite. I feel like they really take advantage of the natural beauty that this area has to offer. You're a lot closer to the mountains. There's a lot more trees and natural, like kind of nature taking over this area of the park. Some more views of the water park to my left. I believe they have more attractions over here for fright mares. Like this one's for the children. It's called Treat Street.
You want to come back?
You can't even eat it. Yes, you can.
Which I believe the kids can do if they want to do like a little bit of light trick-or-treating. Yeah, so really, this area of the park, it almost feels like a totally different park from the front half. It's quite charming back here. So we'll go this way. This is all part of Pioneer Village. So over here there's like a scarecrow maze. You can walk down here and kind of bop into all these little stores. Well, there's an Arby's. But all of them kind of have like little museum type of things where you kind of walk in and look at some old stuff.
But I think it's that thing.
Try not to hit any people. Sorry if the video is shaky. Have ice cream. Yeah, it's just like a really nice, charming area back here. I'm excited to see what it looks like at night back here. And as you get back here, there's just kind of like a little circle. And there's a museum, a railroad museum, and a telephone museum. If that would be something you're interested in. And you can circle around down to that side, or you can go around over here. There's lots of areas to picnic here. Like I said, you can bring in your own food, your own coolers, your own alcoholic beverages if that's what you like to drink. All of it is fair game, which is pretty unique. You don't see that at a lot of parks. Entry into the park is extremely easy and quick. They don't do any security checks, no bag checks. You just give them your ticket and they let you in. So in some ways that's good. It's great to get into the park quick, but if you're concerned about safety, then maybe you won't be a fan of that. They have peacocks roaming around. So there are a few areas in this area of the park where you can kind of view some animals. They have white tigers, kangaroos, some deer, like I said, peacocks wandering around. And back here is the raft ride. Over here to the left is their log flume. So as you can see, like this area of the park has a totally different vibe. More of a Dollywood, Silver Dollar City vibe, which is really cool, which I like a lot. It's a log flume. They had a windstorm come through here a couple weeks ago, and this is some leftover damage. It's free theming if you ask me. Another haunted attraction called Frightening Frisco. They have some smoking sections. There's one behind these bushes back there for all you smokers. The views at this back here are probably my favorite, because this is the closest you get to the mountains here. The natural beauty of the area just kind of overtakes the park. and you get great views of the rapids ride. Which you get pretty wet on. Warning. If you don't want to get very wet, don't go on it. But it's really fun. And the ride is called Rattlesnake Rapids. See, I knew a snake theme. There's a great entrance sign there. Now this just kind of circles around this building, which we'll go by. There's a lot of great viewing areas. If you don't want to ride the ride, but your friends do, there's some great areas where you can watch them on the ride and laugh at them as they're getting soaked. Can't really beat these views. It's really beautiful. Rattlesnake Grub, which has, this looks like a place you can get fountain drinks, Dole Whips, smoothies. So we're circling around. This is where we started, or we just came this way, back by the Frightening Frisco. So we're back where we kind of started, back here at Pioneer Village. Down there is that area where you walk down and look at the little museum buildings. If you go to your left, there is a gift shop over here, and also the entrance for the log flume. Which is there. They also have an area back here which is closed off. I'm not sure why it's closed off exactly, but it looks more, looks like it's more of like the continuation of Pioneer Village, where you have some kind of old buildings where it looks like you could walk inside and look at some old stuff that they have on display. It's a nice, really quiet area of the park. And that's gonna do it. So that's Lagoon. Definitely a very charming, beautiful park. A lot to offer for families, for thrill seekers. If you are in the Salt Lake City area, definitely check out Lagoon. It's worth the trip. Definitely can fill a full day here. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave comments. We appreciate it, and we will see you later.